everyone, thank you for watching the video. As you can see, this is my deadlift training from July 8th of 2020. My third to last deadlift workout before the USPA Power Build Gym Summer Showdown in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. And just pretty much getting down to the wire at this point. Today's objective called for 2 sets of 6 with 576. I loaded 573. So definitely walked away with a PR here and hit a single of 611 in the third set. I'm not complaining about the speed at all in the third set. My biggest concern was just getting the rep PR for those first 2 sets. So yeah, definitely a lot of good things to take away from this performance. And really right now it's just about dialing it in and just hitting the numbers I need to hit. So even though this was a PR, this is what I actually already had planned, so I wasn't planning to go anything above this particular working set. And it's definitely putting me in line to what my projected max is going to be for this competition. Again, it's really right now it's just all about just being dialed in and hitting the numbers. And this workout definitely played a big factor to me, particularly today, because one thing I definitely want to stress to people is the importance of focus and consistency when it comes to the mental aspect. The biggest thing that contributes to your success in powerlifting is it's mental. I would say it's 20% physical, 80% mental. Because when it comes down to it, if you don't believe you can do the weight, it's not going to go. Well, no matter what you think, no matter how much willpower you have, if you don't believe in yourself, you can do it. It's not gonna transpire. And again, you can't control what life throws at you, what stresses come your way when things are going good or when things are going bad, or if you're having a good day or you're having a bad day. The most important thing is that you need to be locked in and focused on the task at hand, no matter what life is throwing at you. And that's probably one of the most challenging things when it comes to being on the road to whatever success or goal that you hope to achieve in your life, is you cannot dictate or control what reality and life throws at you. But the most important thing that you can control is how you react and how you adapt to a situation. Those are very vital, because I believe that if you can really master your mind adapting to various situations and various life stresses, so that way you can still be focused on your craft, then that's what's going to help you become successful with whatever you're trying to achieve. I don't care what anybody says. Again, if it's something you really want, you will adapt yourself to whatever situation you're in to make sure that you can put yourself on that path to success and achieve whatever it is that you're going for. It's funny because it sounds so simple, but yet it's so complicated, because I can't sit here and say that that's something you can learn overnight. It's definitely something that takes time and time and time to learn. And you're going to have your mistakes that come along the way. But if you don't put yourself in those situations, then you don't develop, you don't adapt, and you won't have an idea of what is it that you're capable of. And I think you're capable of anything that you set your mind to. But in order to find that out, you need to put yourself in those situations and not avoid them. Sometimes they could be uncomfortable. Sometimes they could put you in a position where you're very shy. You're very, have low self-esteem or very insecure about yourself. But you can't worry about that, because that's not going to matter. Because I guarantee you, if you ignored all those things, the day that you achieve the goal that you set, you look back and you're going to say you're happy that you put yourself through those situations physically and mentally, because all those things didn't matter, right? We're not perfect. We're human. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to fail. It's a part of life. But again, you don't grow unless you put yourself in those situations. Not even that. You don't grow unless you put yourself in situations where you can risk failure, right? So you have to put yourself in those kind of situations and just adapt to them and learn how to adapt. See what it's like to adapt to that situation. Put your body mentally and physically in those kind of stresses to kind of get an idea of what it really takes. And I guarantee you, if you do that, the more the scenario happens again in the future, the more you'll be able to adapt and control your mind and your focus towards the goal that you have. for me, that was definitely a big task for today, and I believe I overcame that. And I think again, it just goes back to just the motivation and the drive I have for this competition. I've said it multiple times in every single, most likely every single video that I've had up until this point for this particular meet prep, that this is one of the biggest competitions of my life, and it has a lot of meaning to me as far as what expectations I have for myself and what I'm trying to achieve. And again, I put myself in a position where I will stop at nothing to make sure that that vision becomes a reality. And I wish that's something that all of you shared that same mindset and also got a glimpse of what it feels like when that actually happens, because it's a beautiful thing. It's something that you wish you could feel every day. And I think it's a natural high, which is why I'm so driven, because to get that feeling again is one of the best feelings that I will never forget for the rest of my life. And I wish that everybody in their life, in some aspect, had a glimpse of what that feeling was like. And I guarantee you, if you have, you definitely know what I'm saying. So, we're locked in. Like I said, we're locked in. We are days away now, just over a week. I had my last carb cycle today, and diet's obviously been on point, and we're going to stay that way. But I think that as far as a heavy meal, today would be the last particular one, and kind of playing it very strategic in the days to come. In when we get to the day of the competition, and also, of course, the day of weigh-ins. And that's the biggest thing. That's the most difficult thing. Is it's not the competition itself. It's actually weighing in, and then obviously doing the carb loading and refilling the body to be ready to go the next day. And tomorrow will make just over a week away from weighing in. So obviously, diet's very crucial. Nutrition is very crucial. So just being very mindful of that. And, I just definitely want to say a quick thank you to everybody who's been following me up to this point and who has been joining me on this new journey. I love putting myself in a position to just focus on my craft and get better and improve myself physically, improve myself mentally, so I can create this masterpiece that I have that I would like to put on the canvas on Saturday, the 18th of July. And it's been quite an interesting journey, and I just really appreciate everybody who's been tagging along and supporting and seeing the trials and tribulations that I come across and how I adapt to it and how I react, so that way you could take some sort of reflection from that and apply it to your everyday life. And you should always be willing to seek knowledge and learn. That's something that is always going to benefit you, or whether if you're somebody who's already a master when it comes to your craft, or you're somebody who just stepped in on the first day. You should always be willing to learn from no matter what level, because you can always learn something from somebody. So that's my biggest takeaway. We have 2 deadlift workouts left. Everything is all about dialing it in, hitting the marks, hitting the numbers, staying consistent, and we will unveil the masterpiece on Saturday, July 18th. Again, I appreciate everybody watching. My feedback to you is show that support to everybody who needs it at this time, through these difficult times, these difficult trials and tribulations that this world is coming to. Most importantly, we all need support. We all need peace, not just in our minds, but in our hearts as well. So that's definitely my biggest takeaway from this video, and just ready. They're just ready to go. So 2 more workouts left. Thank you guys for watching the video, and take care.